So I have been predicting that this is exactly what we would see. Here's the headline. Infamous British gender clinic will be sued by 1,000 families, report. This is the Tavistock Centre, and this is a clinic that specialized in gender dysphoria and has, quote-unquote, treated thousands of children for gender dysphoria. Says, on the heels of the ordered closure of the infamous Tavistock Gender Clinic in London, which offered gender-affirming care and puberty blockers to thousands of children over the years, news has broken that roughly 1,000 families will file a medical negligence lawsuit against the clinic. Yes, this was the one clinic in the UK that specialized in gender dysphoria for children, and it operated on the affirmative model. Now, the affirmative model is an utterly irresponsible and reckless approach in which you don't question the child's own self-diagnosis of gender dysphoria. You just go with it. So no counseling, no psychotherapy, no trying to figure out maybe if it's something else. No, just rush them straight onto drugs. Then surgery, of course. And as we can see, the Tavistock Transgender Clinic shut down over safety concerns. Following a review commissioned by NHS England and led by Dr. Hilary Cass, a consultant pediatrician, the Tavistock Clinic will now be shut down over concerns for the safety of children. Anyway, this lawsuit targets the Gender Identity Development Service, GIDS, at the Tavistock and Portman NHS Trust, charging they recklessly doled out puberty blockers with harmful side effects. Here's from Tom Goodhead, chief executive of the law firm Pogust Goodhead. Quote, children and young adolescents were rushed into treatment without the appropriate therapy and involvement of the right clinicians, meaning that they were misdiagnosed and started on a treatment pathway that was not right for them. These children have suffered life-changing and, in some cases, irreversible effects of the treatment they received. We anticipate that at least 1,000 clients will join this action. It says the lawsuit from the roughly 1,000 families will be buttressed by a report from Dr. Hilary Cass, a former president of the Royal College of Pediatrics and Child Health, who was hired by NHS England to investigate the clinic. Cass has alleged that the clinic, which has treated a reported 19,000 children for gender dysphoria since 1989, refused to collect data on the use or side effects of puberty blockers. She asked if brain development was temporarily or permanently disrupted by puberty blockers. She continued, quote, because the specialist service has evolved rapidly and organically in response to demand, the clinical approach and overall service design has not been subjected to some of the normal quality controls that are typically applied when new or innovative treatments are introduced. And that's because people were afraid. They were afraid of being called transphobes. Ideological capture had occurred. And when you have ideological capture, any institution that falls victim to it will become dysfunctional. And in this case, it included rushing through dangerous and irrational procedures for children that could not possibly have given informed consent. In other words, they couldn't possibly understand what the consequences for them would be. Anyway, she continued, a fundamentally different service model is needed, which is more in line with other pediatric provision, to provide timely and appropriate care for children and young people needing support around their gender identity. This must include support for any other clinical presentations that they may have. And other European countries are reassessing their policies on this as well. Here's from Sweden's Astrid Lindgren Children's Hospital. These treatments are potentially fraught with extensive and irreversible adverse consequences such as cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, infertility, increased cancer risk, and thrombosis. France and Finland have also stopped using these drugs and are moving towards psychotherapy as well. I will tell you right now, it is a certainty we're going to see many, many more lawsuits. And I believe that this is a period of time that will be looked back on as being, frankly, just utterly barbaric and shameful. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I know some people share my content. Thank you for doing that. I'll see you next time.